Masto. Ms. Beyer, let's start with you. We've got about 700 miles of our southern border that consists of federal land. And on a number of occasions, over and over and over again, over many years, federal land managers have blocked access or delayed access to Customs and Border Protection to that land. They want to keep them out of that land in the name of environmental protection. But meanwhile, illegal border crossings themselves have caused massive environmental degradation, including leaving trash piles, damaged ecosystems, wildfires, and other problems. If confirmed, how will you prioritize preventing environmental damage that may be caused by illegal immigration?
I believe that the local stakeholders know best what is going on those public lands, and I would instruct the BLM to work collaboratively with people on the ground to ensure that we're making the best use of the land.
It's certainly not an environmentally neutral thing to allow the border to be open, and so that certainly has to be taken into account. Dr. Travnik, a federal decision last year requires the bypass of hydropower generation at Glen Canyon Dam to control the smallmouth bass, a species that itself threatens the ESA-listed humpback chub. Now, restricting hydropower generation does a lot of things, including forcing customers to purchase more expensive replacement power. This is also depleting the Basin Fund, which supports critical infrastructure along the Colorado River that the Colorado River Basin states need and rely on. If confirmed, how will you balance ESA compliance on the one hand with the need to protect affordable hydropower and benefit American families and otherwise address the needs of the Colorado River Basin states?
Thank you, Senator Lee, and I really appreciate the conversation yesterday as well. We know as we're looking at the Colorado River and we're looking at how those dams are operated and the energy that goes with it, that we are going to have some of that balance. There was that decision that was completed last year, right, that does lean in a little bit more on the looking at that reducing and impacting the hydropower energy. So if confirmed, committed to looking into it and trying to figure out how we can still rely on that lower cost of energy. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Mr. Abbey, in 2021, Congress directed EIA to produce a critical minerals outlook and to deepen its capabilities in international analysis. It's now 2025, and we haven't seen the report. If confirmed, how do you view the international critical materials landscape? And what would you do as the administrator of EIA to ensure that we have the best information available to strengthen our supply chains?
Thank you very much, Chairman Lee, for that question. There are two great Americans in the audience who I did not mention in my opening statement, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, Pat and Rick Bruneau, who can attest to the fact that although I am extremely interested in the critical minerals issue, I am not presently employed at DOE. I am blissfully living a life in Tampa at the moment. I think the issue that you raise is absolutely
Washington's
important.
a lot like Tampa. You won't notice the difference.
I think the issue that you raise, Senator, is absolutely important. One of the first things I would do, if confirmed, is meet with the team to understand what steps, if any, have been taken to adhere to the statutory guidance from Congress to establish that outlook. As you mentioned, it was directed in 2021 and does not exist today. If confirmed, it would exist.
Thank you. Mr. Garish, I'd love seeing the reference earlier to the other Senator Murkowski talking to the, well, not the other Theodore Garish, but the same one, just in a different era. Our country is facing a looming energy crisis due to the growth of energy-intensive industries and, in many cases, the retirement of dispatchable and firm generation resources. In response, many states, including my own state of Utah, are taking steps to significantly increase their production. The state of Utah, through Operation Gigawatt, is working to double its energy capacity over the next 10 years, an ambitious, but I believe achievable ambition. And it's leading the way in making it easier to build new nuclear energy as part of that same effort. As energy demand continues to grow, we need to increase our supply with reliable, affordable, clean baseload generation, like nuclear. If confirmed, what will you do in your role as Assistant Secretary over the Office of Nuclear Energy to make sure that we get continued cooperation, rather that we get continued operation of the existing nuclear fleet and make sure that we get new nuclear plants up, running, and online as soon as possible?
Senator, nuclear definitely has a role in the future and will play an important part. And what I believe that we have to do initially is get a plant licensed and operating here as soon as possible. There's a number of programs that the department currently has underway, the Advanced Nuclear Project, Advanced Nuclear Reactor Program, that is really to facilitate first movers to get the advanced reactors into the marketplace. Similarly, there are programs right now at Idaho National Laboratory where we can begin the testing of prototypes, full-size prototypes, to begin to have new reactors available into the market. The key is we need to build one, we need to license one, and we need to do it in an economic way. And that process is going to take a little time, but we need to get started with it immediately, and that's an important aspect of sort of my plans, if confirmed, that I would really intend to begin with.
Now, I realize the office you've been nominated to fill plays a different role, but are there benefits that could be derived from a collaboration between your office and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to accelerate the process?
Absolutely, and I think one of the very interesting ideas that has been suggested is a very close collaboration with our office as they begin to test the new reactors and look and work with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission on ways in which licensing could be enhanced, and we could do research that is directly related to the information needed to accelerate the license process.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Senator Padilla, you're up next.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.